Hello and welcome to Mapping Our Lives. Today we are going to make an autobiographical collage. The collage is going to map your story going from A to B using journey and place. That journey might be real, it might be metaphorical. So my collage is about my childhood. What I've done is I've made simple houses out of different papers, and each house represents a house I lived in before the age of 10. Then I've placed those houses in order along a road. So for each of those houses, for me, as I've placed them and I've remembered, I've tried to think about what they looked like. As I've done that, each of them helped me remember maybe what I was doing at the time, who was important to me, what the scenery was like, how old I was, what I was playing with. So when you make your collage, you need to use things that are important to you. It doesn't matter if anyone else knows what you're talking about. It's actually the process of doing it that is important. Here I am, ready to show you around my collage. My journey of the map of my childhood is going to start here. It's a 1960s house, and it was the house I was born in. I've put my houses along a road. This is a little cottage in Wales, a house in Chelmsford. This one was in Roxwell. This rather gluey one represents a house in Great Lees. This one is back to Chelmsford again, a house in Chelmer Village. And this is representing a house in Coggeshall that I moved to when I was 10. I've also included my grandparents in my collage and my aunt. They never moved, and I found that quite strange, I think, as a child. So my grandmother lived in the house that she was born in. My grandparents had stayed in the same house all their married life. And here they are with my aunt, looking on and looking after me. The following clips will show you how I made the collage. This is actually a collage of a collage. The first one I did didn't really work that well, and so I chopped it up until I got to this. But you can watch the clips and see how it goes. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going with this at the moment, but I've gathered together some materials. I'm going to use some old packing paper as my base. I've got some pens and pencils. I've got some PVA glue, and then I've put together, photocopied some photographs. If you don't want to use original photographs, it might be a good idea. If you haven't got a printer at home, maybe you could use your library. And I was going to use a nice map, and then as I opened it up I thought, gosh, that is so useful. I didn't think I could cut it up, so I've actually copied some bits of that as well, and I've just done them on scraps of paper, because we want a nice range of papers in our collage. This one is on tracing paper. I've got particulars of an old house I lived in, some more tracing paper, other odd maps that I might plunder, bits of tissue paper, and also lots of envelopes. I'm always rather like the insides of envelopes, all different patterns, and they just invite you to do something with them. Even the brown envelopes. And I think there's also a thing that, you know, you could incorporate using the front and the address if you wanted to. Okay, so I've cut out this house in a house shape, cutting off the excess bits that I don't want. at this stage I'm just going to clear some of the things that I've piled onto my picture space so I can see what I've got, where I want to go next. So I think before I do proceed further, I might glue some of these down. You could use any paper glue you like. I like using PVA. It works for me, but you use what you have. Wallpaper paste, Pritt stick, anything you like. And if you are using wallpaper paste or PVA, don't use more. Don't use more glue than you have to. So I think this is what's got to go down first. If I'm going to use that, I might actually have a bit more of that showing perhaps. This is a picture somebody took of me when I was in college at Colchester, and it was, I've included it because that's when I did my first art course, and so cool, and I've made lots of friends there, and so it feels like a significant part of my life. It was very influential on what I did later. It started me off doing art, and I have a lot of associations with Colchester. At the time I wasn't living there, I was living in Coggeshall. I used to get the bus in every day, draw people on the bus on my way. So that's my first piece being glued down, and I'm moving it up a little bit so you get a little bit more of the photograph. So I haven't cut that at all, it's just a photocopy from a book. I've stuck my matte pieces down. I'll turn this around so that you can see. And you'll probably see I've overlapped my base paper in some places. I've got bits of tape on my base paper, bits of old writing, but I think that's all going to add to the collage, at least I hope it is. I think I've made this house look much taller than it was. That doesn't matter though. It's almost the thinking through your journey and what places you'd put on your collage that in some ways I think are more important than what the collage looks like. It's that taking you back in your memory that is important. And there was a garage here, possibly with a sloping roof. So there might be all different sorts of places that you're drawing, depending on what your story is. So maybe you're remembering some, I don't know, something at school. Maybe there's pictures of you and your place is going to be the inside, some of your place might be the inside of an exam room, or it might be the bus stop that you wait at. It could be, you know, if you're doing something about a nice journey abroad, it could be you going to buy special clothing that you might want for that trip. So this is where it is now. I've added some people. I've added a couple of photographs of me from various ages, and I've tried to put them next to the houses where I lived at the time, and I've got me now up in the corner. So I'm now thinking about adding a more specific route. I found this rather nice red string, so I think I'm going to glue this string on here to create a route. So this is where it's at now. Actually, I used the string to link some of my drawings with places on the map, and you can see that that glue is still drying because the string was an absolute beast to glue down. I've tried to keep a fairly consistent colour scheme on this, and the string is actually working well with the dress and the A roads on the map. And then I've got the blues going on, and then the more sort of muted beige, and I guess the just black and white of the photographs. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do next. I think I want to maybe apply some paint. I might add some map details. I think I might add some labels of where, maybe some addresses, maybe make it a bit obvious, more obvious where some of the places are. But I think I'm getting toward the end of what I want to do. So this is the point I'm at. I don't actually like it at the moment, so I'm trying to think what else I can do to change it and what elements of it I do like. So I think I like some of my houses. I don't like the string. I don't like the big photograph. So what I'm going to do is actually chop it up and recollage it. So I've cut everything up. I've kept the bits that I like, and I have completely redone my collage.